Power is not revealed by striking hard or often, but by striking true, said Honoré de Balzac, and this applies perfectly to the world of attraction. In a society obsessed with doing more, the secret to mastering attraction lies in doing less, but doing it with intention. Women are drawn to confidence, mystery, and the effortless charm of a man who understands the art of restraint. The ability to captivate her attention without overwhelming her with effort isn't just a skill, it's an art form. If you're curious about how to harness this subtle power and unlock the secrets of effortless seduction, keep reading to discover actionable insights on how to seduce women by doing less. A strategy rooted in timeless laws of power that amplify your allure. Number 1. What comes to mind when women think about men? The idea that women often fantasize about vampires or billionaires unveils something far deeper, a rich tapestry of emotional and psychological yearnings. These fantasies speak of a longing to surrender, an exhilarating yet liberating escape into the unknown. Intriguingly, men are drawn to something similar, captivated by women who exude danger, mystery, and an unpredictable allure that leaves them breathless. At the core of this attraction lies a delicate balance, a tantalizing dance on the edge of danger, where vulnerability becomes irresistible. In today's world, bound by societal norms, political correctness, and the rigidity of routine, many lead lives steeped in control. Yet beneath this polished surface simmers an untamed hunger for chaos, a craving for adventure that refuses to be silenced. Consider the allure of the vampire, elegant, refined, and otherworldly, or the billionaire, a figure embodying security, comfort, and near fairy tale power to fulfill desires. Each archetype whispers to contrasting yet complementary desires, the thrill of risk paired with the comfort of safety. But here's the secret. True connection transcends archetypes. It's about stepping into someone's inner world, understanding their hidden passions, fears, and unspoken dreams. Too often, relationships are approached with a one-size-fits-all mindset, missing the unique spark that makes someone's soul light up. Picture a seemingly reserved woman secretly drawn to the pulse-quickening allure of unpredictability. Her favorite books, the songs she loses herself in, even the way she styles her hair, they all hold clues to her unspoken desires. To captivate her, you must listen deeply and act with precision, creating a bond that feels uniquely hers. Seduction, at its heart, demands vulnerability, the courage to be truly seen, and the willingness to risk emotional exposure. The word vulnerable originates from the Latin vulnus, meaning wound. This raw truth of love reminds us, offering your heart means risking pain, yet it's this very risk that makes love transformative. On a psychological level, seduction taps into primal dynamics, the dependency and openness of our earliest bonds. For men, this often manifests as the anima, the ideal feminine image embedded within their subconscious. Over time, layers of self-protection form, shielding us from hurt, but also limiting our capacity for profound emotional connection. In a world that glorifies independence and emotional fortresses, vulnerability becomes an act of rebellion. Through discomfort, we find growth. Through emotional openness, we build the resilience to face life's inevitable challenges. Like the ache of a strenuous workout, emotional risk strengthens us for what lies ahead. Far from manipulation, seduction is an art, an invitation to embrace vulnerability, individuality, and the beauty of stepping into the unknown. Isn't it ironic? In the digital age where everything feels exposed, the most captivating stories are those that hint at connection, boldness, and mystery. So, what does she imagine? She dreams of surrender, adventure, and the magnetic pull of being truly seen. In a world where so many fear letting go, seduction is both a timeless art and a necessary rebellion, urging us to embrace risk, wonder, and the infinite potential for connection. Number 2. The secret you crave. The allure of vulnerability. What I want to explore is this. Vulnerability, at its core, is about opening yourself up to the possibility of being hurt. As Carl Jung and other psychologists have observed, when someone projects a strong exterior, say a man who seems exceptionally tough and hypermasculine, it's often a cover for something tender, an insecurity, or a softer side he's afraid to reveal. Humans are full of contradictions. When someone wears their morality like armor, defensive, sanctimonious, judgmental, you can almost bet that deep down they're wrestling with some profound insecurity. More often than not, it's the exact opposite of what they project. Repressing this shadow self creates a sense of dissonance, a pain that builds over time. I call this the lost ego. It longs to surface, to play, to explore the world with the curiosity of a child. Engaging with this hidden part of ourselves teaches us about who we are and how to grow. Paradoxically, it's in our moments of vulnerability that we discover strength and learn to show up as our truest selves. Now, imagine someone entering your life who taps into this buried part of you, a person with just enough edge, a touch of danger. You might find yourself irresistibly drawn to them, almost magnetized. Why? Because their energy awakens something dormant within you, something you didn't even realize you craved. Look at the stories we love. Movies packed with brooding anti-heroes, seductive villains, darkly charming vampires. We might label them dangerous or wicked, but they hold our attention like no one else. We can't look away. Why? This hunger comes from repression. In the laws of human nature, I delve into the darker aspects of our psyche, the shadow we suppress. Seduction often involves channeling that darkness, which is why it feels thrilling, even taboo. But is seduction purely dark energy? Not entirely. It thrives in the tension between the forbidden and the desirable. Imagine you're at a bar, trying to charm a woman. If she immediately agrees to go home with you, no challenge, no spark, where's the thrill? There's nothing electrifying about that. Now, picture this instead. She teases, maybe mentions she already has a boyfriend, or pretends not to notice your efforts. Suddenly, your interest skyrockets. Here's the truth. We're drawn to what feels just out of reach. It's hardwired into human psychology. What's elusive, forbidden, or challenging ignites our desire in ways the easily attainable never can. Resistance and risk make things exciting. Without that edge, there's no spark, no fire to fuel our fantasies and passions. So what's the secret? It's this tension between risk and reward, the dance between vulnerability and strength. Embrace it, and you'll discover not just how to captivate others, but also how to unlock your most authentic, magnetic self. Number 3. Kind people be honest, and don't give away free gifts. During the time I embraced what people call the nice guy persona, I faced failure after failure. The term nice guy has taken on a complex, almost cynical meaning these days, often symbolizing powerlessness and a lack of understanding about human dynamics. There's a quote often attributed to Malcolm X: "Powerlessness corrupts more than power." It captures a brutal truth about human nature. We all seek some degree of control or influence in our lives. A lack of it, whether with colleagues, friends, or loved ones, leaves us feeling unfulfilled and miserable. When people feel powerless, their reactions often fall into two unhealthy extremes: self-loathing. They shrink into themselves, spiraling into depression. Manipulation. They adopt passive-aggressive tactics, disguising harmful behavior as virtue. This inner insecurity is the true saboteur. Kindness, when driven by insecurity, signals weakness to others, especially in romantic contexts. Women, for example, are attuned to confidence. They instinctively sense when a man is insecure or overly eager to please. That kind of energy erodes attraction, coming off as desperate or worse, inauthentic. So how do you escape the nice guy trap? Let me share 3 transformative strategies that helped me redefine myself. 1. Set boundaries, like your life depends on it. Respect starts with self-respect. Learn to say no without guilt. For instance, if someone asks you to do something inconvenient, politely decline. It sends a clear message. You value your time and energy. 2. Cultivate confidence through absence. Sometimes stepping back allows others to step forward. Don't always be available. Create moments of mystery. The old adage is true. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. 3. Be kind, but make it genuine. Kindness is a superpower when it reflects your true self, not a strategy. Don't hand out your attention indiscriminately. Be selective. Be intentional. Steve Jobs once said, "Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice." This applies to relationships as much as it does to life. When you're too agreeable, you become predictable, easily taken for granted. Ironically, pulling back or showing a touch of unpredictability can reignite interest and respect. When I began living unapologetically as my true self, something shifted. People responded to my sincerity and respected my boundaries. Relationships are a dance of giving and receiving. Generosity, whether with time, attention, or affection, is essential, but balance is the key. For example, if you're always the one initiating, step back and observe what happens. Success in relationships isn't about manipulation. It's about showing up strategically and authentically. Think of yourself as a brand. Communicate your value confidently and clearly. Let your personality unfold gradually, keeping interactions fresh and intriguing. This isn't manipulation. It's understanding human behavior and building meaningful connections. Every relationship begins with attraction, a much maligned art, but one that's essential for initial chemistry. Over time, the connection evolves into something deeper and richer. Here's a truth. If you want to understand women, or anyone really, you need to observe. Spend time paying attention to the person who has your interest. Patterns will emerge. Women often value stories and experiences that convey depth, connection, and authenticity. They want to feel the interaction isn't just about physical attraction or a race to a goal. Let me share a humbling example. I used to think that writing poetry or bringing flowers on a first date would instantly win someone over. It didn't. In another instance, I tried to be overly cautious, asking, "Should we slow down to make this mean something?" That moment backfired spectacularly. She misread my hesitation as disinterest, and the connection fizzled. The lesson: authenticity is everything. Women want to feel attractive, valued, and desired. Show confidence and sincerity, not as tactics, but as who you genuinely are. Even in long-term relationships, understanding this dynamic is crucial. Women want to feel like they command your full attention, especially if you're a driven, ambitious person. Taking intentional time to focus on your partner, free from distractions like phones or work, strengthens bonds. Make them feel beautiful, valued, and intellectually respected, and your relationship will thrive. This is why archetypes like the billionaire captivate. They embody ambition tempered with the ability to pause their world for their partner. Generosity is magnetic, and it isn't just about money. It's about being generous with your time, attention, and presence. Taking someone to a modest restaurant but giving them undivided attention is infinitely more valuable than splitting a check while scrolling your phone. True generosity signals emotional abundance. But balance matters. Sometimes stepping back or creating space keeps things exciting. In the end, meaningful connections stem from emotional authenticity. Cultivate your ability to observe, sense, and genuinely connect. Forget rigid strategies or gimmicks. Presence, generosity, and honesty are the foundation of lasting relationships. So step into the world not as a nice guy, but as someone unafraid to be both generous and self-assured. A man who understands that power, in its truest form, comes from being unapologetically himself. Number 4. The allure of ambition. Why does it captivate? Why is ambition so captivating, especially to women? Evolutionary psychology may hold the answer. Ambition often signals capability, the ability to provide, protect, and persevere in life's challenges. Even as societal roles evolve and many women take on the role of primary breadwinners, this primal association of ambition with security and resourcefulness lingers in our subconscious. Think about it. A man without ambition may come across as aimless or unreliable, qualities that trigger discomfort in both social and personal dynamics. In contrast, an ambitious man exudes control, resilience, and determination. Sure, he might seem unpredictable at times, even a little daring, but isn't that unpredictability part of his charm? After all, life is full of uncertainties, and having someone by your side who thrives on overcoming challenges is an attractive prospect. As Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist, once said, "Love is a survival mechanism. It's deeply embedded in our biology." Could this be why ambition still carries such weight in matters of attraction? The art of seduction, how men and women approach it differently. How do men and women master the art of seduction? Let's break it down. Women often rely on sensory appeal, an elegant dress, a captivating walk, a trace of perfume. But one of the most underestimated tools in a woman's arsenal is her voice. A woman's voice can be hypnotic, soothing, and utterly enchanting, evoking primal connections. Studies have shown that men are drawn to women with voices that are softer and slightly higher in pitch, as it unconsciously signals youth and vitality. Think of Marilyn Monroe. Her iconic breathy tone is still synonymous with allure. And yet, seduction isn't just about appearance or sound. It's about the dance of push and pull. A flirtatious glance, a teasing comment, followed by a coy retreat. This dynamic awakens a man's intrinsic desire to pursue. After all, humans are hardwired to chase what seems just out of reach. It's no wonder Oscar Wilde quipped, "The only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it." On the other hand, men seduce differently. The quintessential male seducer, often likened to the rake, focuses intently on his object of desire. For the time he spends with her, she becomes the center of his universe. His attention is magnetic, his gifts thoughtful, and his words a gateway to a world of mystery and excitement. Women are drawn to this because it promises more than companionship. It promises an unforgettable experience. As Albert Einstein once said, "You can't blame gravity for falling in love." Perhaps seduction, in all its forms, is simply a natural force pulling us toward what we desire most. Number 5. Mastering the art of dating. A modern playbook. Dating today can feel like navigating a maze filled with apps, mixed signals, and the ever-daunting first date. Are you wondering how to charm your match in those initial exchanges? What's the secret to a magnetic first impression? Let's break it down. It all begins with non-verbal communication. Studies show that 55% of first impressions are shaped by body language, 38% by tone of voice, and only 7% by words. Your posture, eye contact, and smile often speak louder than any clever opening line. But don't stress. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentic. As Dr. Amy Cuddy, a Harvard psychologist, suggests, fake it till you become it. Even if you're nervous, stand tall, make eye contact, and smile genuinely. Your body will trick your brain into feeling more confident, and that energy is contagious. First dates are all about setting the tone. Would you rather impress with a swanky rooftop dinner or keep it casual with coffee and laughs at a local cafe? Both work, but the key is choosing an environment that allows you to connect authentically. For example, if you're both foodies, try a quirky food truck or a chef's tasting event. This creates opportunities for lighthearted conversation. Nervous about what to wear? Keep it simple yet polished. Clothing that reflects effort without feeling overdone. The magic of presence. Have you ever been on a date where the other person seemed distracted? It's a buzzkill. Instead, focus on being present. Listen actively. Pay attention to the details they share, like their favorite movie or how they take their coffee. Mentioning it later shows you care and sets you apart. For instance, if your date casually mentions loving mystery novels, you could say, "I saw this cafe hosting a mystery book club. Would you want to check it out sometime?" A thoughtful suggestion beats a generic, "let's hang out again," every time. Overcoming rejection and building resilience. What if they seem uninterested? Don't panic. Sometimes people test your confidence without realizing it. Smile, stay composed, and keep the conversation light. Rejection, when handled gracefully, can be a stepping stone rather than a wall. Remember what Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Every experience teaches you something new about yourself and what you're looking for in a partner. The key to long-lasting connection. At the end of the day, dating is about connection, not perfection. Be unapologetically yourself. If they don't vibe with the real you, they're not your person, and that's okay. Ask yourself, what do I bring to the table? What kind of connection am I looking for? These questions are more than self-reflective. They're the compass guiding you towards someone who truly appreciates your unique spark. In the words of Maya Angelou, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Focus on creating memorable moments, and the rest will fall into place. So, what's your next move? Time to take the leap, embrace the jitters, and remember, every swipe, smile, and shared laugh is a step closer to finding your person. Are you ready? Mastering the art of seduction isn't about trying harder. It's about doing less with purpose. When you radiate confidence, mystery, and self-control, you naturally draw others in without effort. By understanding the subtle laws of power and embracing restraint, you unlock a magnetic energy that speaks louder than words. How to seduce women. By doing less is not about manipulation. It's about self-mastery and creating genuine connections. If this resonated with you, show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to the Stoic Goddess, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss another empowering video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.